Hey there guys, this is Pharaoh2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I apologize if last episode I was a little off. Man, I was everywhere. I was all over the place because, you know, so many interruptions and I was like, oh crap, I probably shouldn't have been recording. Regardless, I feel like I'm okay now. And let's go ahead and get started. So, like, last time we did leave off, we started Chapter 2, and we have like a four-way testimony going on right now. And it's time to actually present something because we just got that lantern, and Knightley here, or Knightle, whatever his name is, says there was no trace of fire to be seen in the area. However, what do you call this lantern then?
Objection!
Man, he really needs to put more force into that. And a lot of people are saying that in the comments. It's like, Phoenix's voice actor, he needs to put more oomph. It's okay though. What is the matter, Defender? What is this feeling? I just felt the urge to shout out right from the bottom of my lungs while pointing my finger. Objection! I can't help but feel that's a word I've used quite a bit in the past. That's it! I remember now! I remember everything! The Legal League of Attorneys exchange program. Isabel's trial. And then that strange book. This feeling. I feel I can take on the world! Witness! What's with the sudden pointing? I am a soon-to-be member of the Honorable Knights of the Inquisition. I accept your challenge. Have at you! You say that no fire was present at the scene of the crime, meaning the defendant must have used magic. Unfortunately for you, that is not the case. What do you mean, Sir Apprentice Baker? What I mean is that the defendant was, in fact, carrying a lantern containing fire. Those two rogues were actually burned by the flame that was inside that lantern. That is the only logical explanation. My, what a startling conclusion you've come up to, Sir Apprentice Baker. Sometimes it goes slow. I gotta remember to push it so like it goes, you know, forward more. What do you mean? The only logical explanation. Do you agree with the statement, honorable witnesses? It is presumptuous for a man that knows nothing to claim that he knows something about which he really knows nothing. Huh? Besides, how could one teeny tiny flame be strong enough to set them both ablaze like that? There were two of them. How could that flame engulf them so fast? Furthermore, if they did burn as you claim they did, do you mean to suggest that they were soaked in oil or something? Oh. Well, Sir Blue Knight, it would seem you have bitten off more than you can chew. Ah! I definitely didn't see that one coming. What say you, my lord? Do you have any thoughts on the proceedings thus far? Given the testimony as we have heard it, this court has come to its conclusion. It was a truly gruesome and merciless act, an act for which only one thing could be held responsible. The nefarious crime of magic! For God's sakes.
Hold it!
Wait! Wait just a second! Is there something you have forgotten to mention, Defender? Not exactly, Your Honor. It's just... I mean, you just said magic. That can't be right, can it? What are you suggesting, Sir Apprentice Baker? Witches use magic, which in turn brings about disaster. Such is the way of the world, is it not? Well, yeah, that may seem to be the case. But no way is that actually possible. This court finds Isabella Cantabella, the accused, charged of being a witch. spell a witch? A witch's existence in this world is a crime in itself. The ability to use and control magic is a criminal offense, indeed. As such, any witch found practicing magic will be sentenced to death by fire. No, you're wrong. I'm not a witch. Sir Apprentice Baker, I do not envy your current predicament. My lord, hand down your guilty verdict against this witch immediately.
Objection!
But there's no evidence to prove that any magic was really used. Put a sock in him, bread boy. We all heard her cast a spell. Huh? That's right. Snowy and I heard it. Isn't that right, Precious? We heard that incantation quite clearly. That frightening voice. There's no mistaking it. It was Aspella's voice. These ears do not lie. I clearly heard an incantation, the most sinister. Ignaze, it went. Incantation? Ignaze? Oh, it's no good. I can't just wrap my head around this topsy-turvy otherworldly court. Well then, I assume the defense has no further objections. It appears so. The court finds the use of magic at the time of the murder to be an undeniable fact. Furthermore, the honorable witnesses have stated that each heard an incantation being recited. The court finds no reason to delay its verdict any longer. That looks so menacing, like I'm gonna smack you with this. Nick, we have to do something. I know, but what exactly can we say? Here in this world, our sense of logic is completely useless. Oh man, Edgeworth must be in hell if he was here.
This court is ready to hand down its verdict for the case of Aspella Cantabella.
Hold it. Your Honor, I request that the court hold its verdict a moment longer.
What is the meaning of this intrusion?
I have something I believe will be of use to the defense. A weapon of sorts. That's the Grand Grimoire. All of this world's magic is contained within its pages. Without it, this trial cannot reach a satisfactory conclusion.
The Grand Grimoire.
Oh, thank you, Layton. You rock. We meet again, Mr. Wright. Well now, it seems things are already afoot here, although the real contest begins now. Are you fully prepared? So, are you here to help us? Of course. The professor always helps people in trouble. It is the duty of every gentleman. Right, Professor? Professor? There is a saying that I find quite useful in situations such as this. There's a time for words and a time for action. Right. You have been working as a baker in this town up until now, have you not? I must say, I'm a little mystified. I have expected you to be more familiar with this world as its system of magic. Yeah. How can I put this? I guess it's not quite the full story. Is that so? I kind of had an epiphany just now. I remembered all sorts of things, like how I'm not actually a baker. And, well, how magic can't really exist. Then it would seem I was correct about you, Mr. Wright. You are not, in fact, a citizen of this town. Is that correct? Right. At least, it seems that way. However, for now, we have no option but to accept this world and its rules as a reality. Without first understanding those rules, I'm afraid you will not be able to save Miss Cantabella. But things like magic only exist in fairy tales and make-believe. I'm afraid, Mr. Wright, it would seem magic does in fact exist in this world. Such a truth cannot be denied. Indeed. That is why the Grand Grimoire is a weapon well-suited for this witch trial. At the moment, you are tantamount to a knight without a sword. I feel more like an attorney without a chance, actually. Right then, Mr. Wright. I'll explain how the Grand Grimoire works. Oh man, there's a new thing here. Have a look at the touchscreen. There you'll see the Grand Grimoire button. Touching the Grand Grimoire button will open up the Grand Grimoire. You'll be able to present spells from the Grand Grimoire in much the same way you would present evidence. This book will surely be a most important asset for you in this trial. For us. Oh, that reminds me. I've gone ahead and bookmarked the spell Ignace for you. Spell Ignace has been bookmarked in the Grand Grimoire. Let's see. Infernal spell summons a circle of flame within 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires an incantation and scepter to cast. Did anyone see a scepter? Ignace. That's the magic spell all the witnesses said they heard, right? Nick, you should take a look at that spell. All I have to do is touch the Grand Grimoire button, huh? The defender has been given more than enough time. It would seem his trial has reached its end. Is that understood, Sir Apprentice Baker? This case is quite straightforward, with very little room for doubt. The witness's testimony, coupled with the illustration of the time of the murder, makes it quite clear that what must have occurred. This murder was a result of magic. Furthermore, the caster of said magic was none other than the accused. That, Sir Apprentice Baker, is the truth. Best you go back to baking, for I believe your days in the courtroom have crumbled. Oh! Is everything okay, Mr. Wright? Yes! It would seem that photographs do not exist in this world. Photos don't exist? I guess that does make sense. Ye old time period and all. The sketch drawn by the court illustrator. Therein lies your final chance, Mr. Wright. My final chance? I understand the witnesses have already finished their testimony. However, if you could perhaps find a clear contradiction within this illustration. There's another contradiction? Well, in that case, there's still hope that I can turn this around. Mr. Wright, you'll have to hurry! Look, the judge! No, seriously, he's like, he wants to give that verdict. He looks ready to deliver his verdict any second now. This is it. This is my last chance. What should I do? Point out the contradiction, but first off, I'll take a look at the, spell here. And like it says, summons a circle with a flame within 1 meter of the radius of the caster and requires an incantation and a scepter to cast it. So, obviously, there's no scepter. Now, can I take a look at the sketch yet? Or... It doesn't seem like it, but we are not going to give up. Point out the contradiction.
Hold it!
1 second, Your Honor. The defense requests permission to have another look at the court illustration. I think there might be a contradiction in there.
Objection!
You are already out of time. All testimony evidence given thus far has been proven to be accurate.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure, Inquisitor Barnum. There's just one thing you've overlooked. A piece of evidence within this book. The Grand Grimoire. Absurd. I overlooked something? You are the defender here. You should have examined the tome earlier. You're right. I should have. But unfortunately, I was nothing but a simple baker until just now. Interesting. You've certainly begun to show your true colors, Sir Blue Knight. Let us see what type of knight you truly are. Have at you! The defender will now show us a supposed contradiction. The court illustration and the Grand Grimoire. Somewhere there's a contradiction between these two, and I've got to find it. This is my last chance. Defender, use this magnifying glass to locate the point of relevance, and reveal to the court the location of this contradiction. Well, the thing is, I think it's the whole scepter thing. Or, oh, is it the whole thing that Rob's grabbed her arm? That might be it, but he did mention Grand Grimoire, so... Leon... Well, the glass is broken and is covered in mud, and here it's fine so far. Which one out? It seems like she's about to drop, so do I guess I do this? See, I don't know. The thing is, like, I don't know if I should say, like, because the lady got it wrong saying who she grabbed, who grabbed who, or is the whole thing about the scepter? That I'm not really sure how to do. Well, or is it the fact that she doesn't have a scepter? Screw up. Maybe it's a lantern. I don't know.
Got it.
Okay, I guess that was it. The contradiction is right here. The hand of the accused. She seems to be holding a lantern. What is your point? According to this tome, using the spell Ignaze requires the use of the witch's scepter, as well as an incantation. Isn't that right? No, okay, so I was on track with the whole scepter thing. I just wasn't thinking, like, oh wait, she has, both her hands are full, or has something in them. Correct. For witches to use magic, that would be the possession of the witch's scepter, also known as a Talia Magica. Talia? No, that's like Talia, maybe. Okay, word. If that's the case, then there's one thing that doesn't add up. Take another look at Miss Cantabella's hands. Tell me, do you see the witch's scepter in either of her hands? There we go. Let's see you point that sword at me now. You did it, Mr. Wright! But wasn't that contradiction just a little too obvious? You may be right, Luke. It would certainly appear that the good Inquisitor is taking his particular oversight rather too well. That is correct, Sir Apprentice Baker, but you should not underestimate me. Huh? This is perhaps your first time seeing this item, is it not? Right here in the very scepter you mentioned. Okay, that came out of nowhere. One of the witnesses found it tossed in the shrubbery on the side of the path. Ah, yes, indeed, that was I located it. My feet found themselves ensnared in the blasted thing that sent me flying through the air. Somehow, I'm not surprised to hear you fell, Gramps. The scepter does seem to carry a most sinister air. Indeed, my lord. However, the scepter will only work while in the hands of a witch, with the incantation being said aloud. Oh, that's too bad. I want to try lighting some stuff on fire. Please don't look at me when you say that. You see, there are two magic gems set in the scepter. Magic gems? Looks like a red gem and a white gem. These gems each contain a particular magic spell. By simply looking at these magic gems, one can easily determine which magic spell can be used. Nick! Quick, look at this page! Yeah, that's definitely, that's a fire gem. Looks like it for Ignaze. Is that the red magic gem? Indeed. The red gem you see here is the spell Ignaze. If you look carefully, you should notice that the scepter also has one more spell that can be used. One more spell? Oh, that must be the white gem. Mr. Wright, I found it! Here's the spell for the white magic gem. What is it? Demir? Vanishing spell. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. Simply chant Amir to make it reappear. Demir and Amir. Okay then, interesting. So obviously there's like something about... Now you can also flip to it. Cool. Something about vanishing is probably gonna make some type of... Well, actually, no, hold on a minute. Never mind, just go ahead. It could be like whoever the real person was, like maybe they vanished and like that's why the spell is like framed for it. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. Ugh! So you managed to work it out in that crusty head of yours? That's just... It can't be! The reason the witch's scepter wouldn't be seen is because the magic spell Demir hadn't made it disappear. Oh, well, I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? That's one hell of a pound. You're like, phew, okay. That's right. In other words, the accused conjured a cowardly spell to camouflage her own use of magic. No! No way! But can that work? Can you cast it on the scepter itself? Order! 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 Inquisitor Bottom, please submit the scepter into evidence.
Objection!
Hold on, please! Is there a problem, Sir Baker? Okay, I understand this is a witch's scepter. However, whether or not the scepter was in Miss Cantabella's possession has not yet been proven. What are you talking about, Sir Apprentice Baker? Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about fingerprints. Supposing Miss Cantabella did in fact handle this witch's scepter, then her fingerprints should still be on it. Yeah, see, they probably don't even know what the hell that is. Yep, they're like, what? What's with the silence? Phoenix, we can't do a forensic analysis here. Emma can't help us. You said fingerprints. Inquisitor Bottom, tell me, just what is this Baker babbling about? I haven't the slightest clue, my lord. If it isn't the Baker's first time in court after all. It is the first time. Huh? I love, like, Layton's, like, shake of, not say disapproval, but he's like, yeah, it's not right. I'm afraid it's no use, Mr. Wright. In this world, it would seem the concept of fingerprinting does not yet exist. What?! Oh, I can't believe it! As I have said already, it's best you head back to the bakery lest you continue to serve this court more of your half-baked ideas. They're about as half-baked as your terrible puns, Barnum! Forensic science does not exist here. Instead, it is a world in which witches and magic are accepted as fact. Truly fascinating. Okay. Well, we got that now. Magic scepter need to cast spells. The available spells depend on the magic gems. Oh, what the heck? There are just way too many things I don't know about this world. Mr. Wright, I believe you may be able to take these things you don't know and use them to your advantage. Huh? The Inquisition believes there's no room for debate on this matter. The accused clearly attempted to conceal her magic. Better luck next time, Sir Apprentice Baker. Mayhap your next loaf will not leave such a bitter taste in our mouths. Now then, my lord, I believe it is time. I ask that you render your unwavering verdict.
Objection!
Layton! Switch sides, please. Pardon the interruption. May I have a word, Inquisitor Barnum? What's that? Who might you be? My name is Herschel Layton. I am a friend of the accused. Inquisitor Barnum, please allow me to confirm what you believe happened on the night of the crime. You claim that the witch's scepter was made to disappear through the use of magic. Is that correct? Indeed, through the magic spell Demir. If possible, would you mind providing proof of this particular claim? What? You claim the scepter was not seen. Indeed, that is one possibility. However, a wise man must always consider every possibility. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? Can the Inquisition fulfill the request presented by the gentleman with the unusual hat? The Inquisition cannot honor this request for proof. If you are asserting that the accused is not a witch, then the burden of proof lies at the feet of the defender. Oh, come on! It's the Inquisition's job to prove that a crime was committed. As I thought. Indeed, it would appear that I accept a method of thinking this world differs greatly from our own. How regrettable, Sir Apprentice Baker. And you, Sir Darkhat. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Inquisitor Bottom, sir. Should you require it, I stand ready to lend my testimony. Would anyone care to purchase my pre-testimony flowers? I've got a lovely array of bewitching little lilies. Showing I will not be dismissed so easily. We came here to expose identity as witch. You know, you're killing that sheep, woman, or lamb. Isn't that right, Precious? A witch's scepter, you say? Yes, yes, I know of such a scepter. Allow me to, wait, elucidate the matter? Elucidate? Oh, well, never mind. Ah, words. Never mind. What do you think, Inquisitor Barnum? Your witnesses appear to have something to say on the subject. Very well. Most honorable witnesses, I grant your request to testify once more. Tell the court all you know regarding this Talia Magica. Oh, well, we somehow managed to keep the trial going. I owe you one, Sir Dark Hat. Please, Mr. Wright. Mr. Layton will suffice for a time being. Okay. I thought in blue they weren't supposed to know what you're saying. Right? Unless, whatever, mind. Okay, guys, this is actually, I think, a good stopping point. So, in the next episode, we'll hear what they have to say about the Witch's Scepter, and take it from there. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'll see you guys later.